Whoever came up with this title, give this guy a freaking raise. Tell me how this is not awesome. Astronaut. Astronaut. Conspiracy theories swirl about Katy Perry's fake Blue Origin space mission. Just show the legendary landing real quick, Rob. This is such a beautiful moment. This may be greater than us landing. Look at this. Look at the way it lands to the ground. None of them break their backs. Look at this. Watch for it. Wow.
Southwest Airlines land. Look at this.
The freaking music is awesome, right? Gladiator type.
Oh,
Backbone. Look at that.
My back would have been shattered.
You see it? How sick is that, right?
Oh.
Just like motivating.
I'm going to tell you something right now. You are officially an astronaut.
Thank you so much.
How do you feel?
I feel super connected to love.
God, this is so tough.
You won't believe the chaos unfolding behind the scenes right now after news leaked that the Simpsons writers are secretly planning a brutal parody of Katy Perry's failed Blue Origin spaceflight. Katy completely lost it, and a furious reaction is only making the situation even worse. What exactly are the writers planning to expose, and why is Katy desperately trying to stop it before it ever airs? Stick around, because the details are even crazier than you think.
I'm going to tell you something right now. You are officially an astronaut.
Bro.
Stop the cap.
Stupid.
Let me tell you right now, Katy, you're officially an astronaut. I guess I'm a freaking brain surgeon then. I couldn't believe. Wow, I can't believe she even said. How do you even format your lips to say something so stupid?
Stupid.
Multiple insiders have revealed that the Simpsons team have been quietly developing an upcoming episode centered around Katy Perry's Blue Origin space trip. And from what we've heard, it's far from flattering. Early concepts reportedly depict a cartoon version of Katy dramatically overreacting to minor inconveniences in zero gravity, panicking over simple tasks, and holding a series of over-the-top tearful press conferences once she returns to Earth. Sources claim that the writers are pulling heavily from real viral moments of Katy's post-fight interviews, exaggerating them for comedic effect.
There's been some critics saying some stuff in it.
Really?
Rob, I don't know if you have any of the critic stuff or not. Do you have any of this stuff on how they open a door first and then they have to reopen the door and they have to say, go back in there, and then Jeff Bezos falls. Poor guy's tripping. He's having a car.
When Katy caught wind of the writers' plans, her team moved fast to try and shut it down, labeling the project a targeted attack on her character and a gross misrepresentation of her intentions. Reports say multiple heated calls and urgent emails were fired off to the network, with Katy's team demanding the episode be scrapped or heavily altered before production could move any further. Despite these efforts, it seems the buzz only intensified interest within the Simpsons camp, and the controversy surrounding the leak has added even more fuel to an already blazing fire.
Which one is this, Rob? Tell us.
This is the door being opened from the inside.
Watch this.
What's going to come out of
They're not supposed to open the door yet.
her
Look, they're like, close the door!
Is that Jeff Bezos out there right by the capsule? Kind of hard to see. That is
I have
correct.
to pee.
That is Jeff Bezos, our founder.
He has to step up with the official
Yeah.
doohickey.
Sources close to Katy claim she feels betrayed by the entertainment industry, believing the parody could permanently damage her already fragile public image and derail her ongoing efforts to rebrand herself as a serious cultural icon. Her legal team has reportedly sent urgent communications to Fox Studios warning of reputational harm and threatening potential legal action if the episode crosses what they call boundaries of professional decency. Katy's camp is said to be particularly alarmed by rumors that the episode will exaggerate her most mocked real-life moments, making it nearly impossible for her to escape the narrative spiraling around her.
Flynn, I gotcha. Oh, the moon! You guys, I will have to tell you, look at the moon.
Doing a whole bunch of nothing.
Watching her
Look, I brought my little butterfly.
Despite the heavy legal pressure, insiders of The Simpsons seem undeterred. If anything, they're reportedly even more eager to move forward now that the drama is public, viewing controversy as free publicity that will guarantee massive ratings when the episode finally airs behind closed doors. Katy's frustration is boiling over, and it's reportedly reaching a fever pitch. Some insiders claim she's actively considering launching a truth-telling documentary about her spaceflight experience, a project she believes could reclaim her narrative and silence her critics.
What else you got? Because there's a bunch of them.
I have Gail King claiming that it was sexist. The way
Go ahead
media
and play
covered
this
it.
clip. Go ahead, Rob.
I don't like that people are calling it a ride. A ride, you know, you never see a male astronaut who's going up in space and they said, oh, he took a ride. We actually duplicated the route that Alan Shepard did. That's why it's called, this particular capsule is called the New Shepard. We duplicated that route. No one said he took that ride. Yeah. It's always referred to as a flight or a journey. So I feel that that's a little disrespectful to what the mission was and what the work that Blue Origin does.
They went on a
space
mission.
technology
Fun.
Mission.
The documentary, according to early chatter, would feature behind-the-scene footage, emotional reflections, and exclusive interviews that paint the mission as an authentic, deeply personal journey. However, critics argue that pushing back too aggressively could make her look even more out of touch, especially given the growing public sentiment that the Blue Origin flight was more of a luxury photo op than a historic achievement. Public perception is delicate, and Katy's attempt to control the story could easily backfire, reinforcing the image of celebrity desperate to salvage a carefully crafted but increasingly crumbling persona with tensions high and opinions polarized. The risks of launching such a counterattack are higher than ever.
There's people starving in other countries and we're clapping and cheering. Like, bro, this is wild. And then Katy Perry steps out, starts kissing the ground. Bro, the stories write themselves. Like, we are living in a Black Mirror episode. Like, what is this, bro?
Leaked concept art from the Simpsons episode allegedly features Katy's animated character mid-meltdown dramatically clutching a symbolic daisy while Bart and Lisa exchange bewildered glances, unsure how to respond to the spectacle. Early sketches show exaggerated scenes of Katy floating helplessly through space, delivering impassioned monologues about love and unity, while Mission Control looks on in utter confusion. Fans have begun speculating that the showrunners have been gathering material for months, drawing directly from Katy's now viral emotional Instagram lives, hyper-dramatic interviews, and even snippets from behind-the-scenes footage.
Went to space for like 4 minutes. What is she kissing the ground for, bro? Pointing up at the sky.
Katy! Woo!
And to the guy, woo, Katy, yeah. Dumb, bro.
Rumors suggest that the writing team meticulously cataloged the most theatrical moments, intending to weave them into a storyline that magnifies the absurdity of a public rebranding campaign. The sheer level of detail allegedly captured in the parody has only fueled speculation that the episode will be one of the most savage celebrity send-ups in recent Simpsons history. Katy's inner circle is reportedly divided, and the tension is growing by the day. Some advisors are strongly urging her to laugh it off, suggesting that a dignified silence could gradually win back public sympathy and portray her as a good sport rather than a defensive celebrity lashing out. They argue that letting controversy blow over naturally would help shift attention back onto her music and career. Others, however, are pushing for a full-on media blitz to control the narrative before the episode even airs, believing that by going on a fence, Katy can shape the public conversation in her favor. These advisors are proposing exclusive interviews, heartfelt social media posts, and even private meetings with network executives to frame her side of the story. Meanwhile, fan communities across social media are locked in heated debates analyzing whether Katy is truly a victim of Hollywood's ruthless satire culture, or whether she is simply facing the natural fallout from her own overly theatrical, high-profile attempt to rebrand her space adventure as a profound cosmic awakening. The divide in opinion highlights just how polarizing Katy's post-flight narrative has become as tensions escalate. One thing is clear: Katy Perry's attempt to immortalize her Blue Origin mission as a profound historic journey is on the verge of being rewritten as a punchline to a global joke. Will she succeed in blocking the episode, or will trying to fight The Simpsons only cement her downfall in the eyes of millions? What comes next might be even more damaging than she expects when a pop star returns from a billionaire's rocket Ride acting like she survived an odyssey across the universe, the fallout was bound to be unforgettable. Behind the scenes, sources claim Jeff Bezos is privately regretting his decision to involve Katy Perry in Blue Origin's headline mission, and it's about more than just a few memes. Insiders say Katy's post-flight behavior spiraled so far out of control that what should have been a historic PR victory for Blue Origin has instead turned into a pop culture punchline at a private event. Bezos reportedly joked that next time he'd send Snoop Dogg into orbit, instead believing even Snoop would handle it with more dignity. What was marketed as a boundary-breaking, all-female space mission featuring Katie Gale King and Lauren Sanchez quickly transformed into a chaotic media circus. The mission's original goal of inspiring millions was eclipsed by a growing backlash, labeling it a tone-deaf spectacle disconnected from real-world struggles. Reports suggest that behind the Polish photo ops and empowering hashtags, Blue Origin leadership was deeply concerned. Instead of elevating interest in science and space travel, the mission's coverage became dominated by parodies, memes, and viral reaction videos, most of them mocking Katy's overly theatrical interviews and emotional breakdowns. At a post-flight event, Bezos's quip about Snoop Dogg was more than a joke. It reflected real anxiety that celebrity space travel might be cheapening Blue Origin's scientific ambitions. Privately, Bezos is said to have worried that these missions are being seen less as technological marvels and more as billionaires' vanity projects. Katy's effort to frame her trip as a cosmic awakening only made matters worse, clutching a symbolic daisy. And speaking of spiritual rebirth, Katy's interview seemed more curated for brand optics than heartfelt inspiration. Instead of sparking, all words were remixed, meme-made, and mocked endlessly. The backlash even reached major media. Voices Joe Rogan and Tim Dillon tore into the event on Rogan's podcast, ridiculing the idea that an 11-minute flight constituted a life-changing experience. Rogan's disbelief captured what millions were already feeling. The FAA's clarification that Katy and her crewmates weren't officially astronauts further fueled the public skepticism online. Her daisy symbol went from a badge of resilience to a meme factory symbolizing performative privilege. What was supposed to be a giant leap for female visibility in space turned into a glittery, Instagram-ready farce, one that audiences weren't buying. Instead of championing real scientific achievement, it felt like a billionaire's influencer retreat. Rather than emerging as a trailblazer, Katy's space saga became a cautionary tale about how sincerity can't be manufactured. And now, with the Simpsons circling overhead poised to immortalize the entire debacle in satire, the crash landing is only just beginning. And that's a wild story of how a trip to the stars turned into a full-blown PR disaster. Whether or not the Simpsons episode ever sees the light of day, Katy Perry's space saga has already become one of the most bizarre chapters in celebrity history. But what do you think? Is Katy being unfairly targeted? Or is this just a price of trying to script your own legacy in the age of the internet? Let us know in the comments below. Smash that like button if you enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the stories Hollywood doesn't want you to hear. Until next time, keep your feet on the ground and your eyes on the stars.